really does look like piss.
No, it doesn't. It looks like tea on camera. Don't worry.
What if it was?
Then I'd be having a lot more fun.
Ah! Why am I dressed like this, you might be asking? Or probably not, because I don't know, do you think that hard? Question for you. I'm going to be reading. If you read the title, you know exactly what we're going to be reading. Let me tell you how we got here first. I love watching men fuck. What can I say? That's pretty much been how it has been since I discovered men. I think Tarzan's the one that woke me up because I was curious about that loincloth. I tried to watch that movie so many times because I thought it was a real film, and I was like, there's got to be a point where that loincloth comes up and I get to see what's underneath there. I started to know there was sugar in my tank from that moment. Then I saw Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, Orlando Bloom and Kate Winslet. Is that the girl? That's not the girl. What's her name? Elizabeth. Girl in Pirates. Keira Knightley. When I saw Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley, I knew there was a pull. There was a pull there because it was like, I want him. Fuck, I really want her. I've been leaning more towards men because, well, let's be real. A muscular man, it tickles my pickle in the right way, you know? And there has been a wonderful show that has come on recently that I'm sure everyone and literally their mothers have watched called Heated Rivalry. Me and my friend group are currently watching through it as a group. Every time I watch it, my legs do a little wiggle. Sometimes I watch it with my man. I guess I kind of got inspired from a friend of mine who loves to watch Boys Love. She is a doctor in Boys Love. She did a PowerPoint presentation on the Omegaverse with our friend group. Iconic moment. So I'm going to be reading. Not something I usually do because I have ADHD and it's kind of hard to. I have squirrel brain. Do you know when your eyes are reading the page and then like your eyes keep going but your mind stopped like 3 paragraphs ago and then you started to think about, you know, your grocery list and then like bills you gotta pay or maybe like what you gotta put I'm about to read some fanfics about Shane Hollander and Ilya Rozanov, and I am willing, I am ready, and I am wet. So Lucie found this for me, and it is part of an anthology. We believe the author is called Hightowered on archiveofourown.org. I turned into an old person real quick. That little shit. Anyway, so yeah, it says after practice. Practice is spelled Practise instead of CE at the end. That's y'all's point of view, right? See? Summary. He was getting hard. Okay, wow. 4 words. And it's a heavy hitter. He was getting hard from just the memory of Hollander's hands on him. Oh, is this about Ilya? Oh, fantastic. Oh. It was pathetic, really, getting worked up like a teenager in an empty locker room, but the thought of Hollander, Rozanov was powerless against it. Well, I am also powerless against the thought of Rozanov, so it's okay. Everyone's legs were dead. Passes have gotten sloppy. There's something else that can get sloppy. And no one had even had, oh my fuck. Passes had gotten sloppy, and no one had been processing Rozanov's instructions for at least the last 10 minutes. Even he could feel the fatigue in the air. That's enough. He finally said, hit the showers, go home. And like usual, the team didn't wait to be told twice. Me neither. If a man like him told me to hit the showers, baby, I'm there. Baby, I'm there, my legs 10 and 2. To quote my great goddess, I've been drinking coffee, I've been eating healthy, you know I keep it squeaky. Saving up my energy. A few frustrated sighs came, and a few groans of release as skates hit rubber matting outside the rink. But Rozanov stayed. He set a puck at the center ice, lined himself up with the goalpost, and shot. The puck clanged against the post, too high and skittered.
Hard on.
Yeah, it sounds like a slur. I don't like it. It skid off? I'm gonna say that. He chased after it, pushing harder than his legs wanted him to. Hollander always smiling. That infuriating smile. Oh my god. No, he is a tsundere. Oh my god. I love a little Angie boy. Oh my god. Nothing's happened. I'm already hot. Alright. Canada's golden boy. Their perfect media darling. The one person Rozanov refused to lose to. He reset the puck on the line and fired again. The puck hit the net this time, but not clean enough. He retrieved it, breath turning into steam around gritted teeth. So he's angry. If he ever needs...
We're like 2 paragraphs in.
I love men. I love some hot men. He remembered the last game. Hollander stripping the puck right off his blade, then skating away like he was weightless. So he likes skinny people. Well, baby, there's curves underneath this. Like Rozanov had been inconvenience rather than competition. Oh, so he doesn't like that he means nothing to him, essentially. Ooh. Another top corner shot, another crowd roar. Cameras catching every second of Rozanov's late reaction. And Hollander had the nerve to wink at him during the handshake line. First of all, I would be weak if that happened. If anybody winks at me, I'm kind of melting. Especially if it's an athlete. Oh my god. He took another shot, harder this time. The puck grazed the goalie mask dummy and deflected out. Still, for him, not good enough. He skated drills again to distract himself, turning to cuts, pivots, starts so sharp his blades basically screamed between. Huh?
You're a good girl.
Turning to cuts, pivots, starts so sharp his blades practically screamed between him and the ice. What does that mean?
He skated drill.
Popcorn Lucie.
He skated drills again to distract himself. God damn it.
Yeah, but it's not hard. What?
Oh my god. Oh my god, we are cooked.
Turning to cuts, pivots, starts.
Starts
so sharp. Sweat stinging his eyes, but he kept pushing. Kept chasing an invisible opponent, always 2 strides ahead. See, this is one thing that I really like. He keeps pushing through, you know, with his workouts, with like in his mind, he's like trying to fight it through. If you can do all of this, if you can have the dedication to like, you know, have like big muscle, I know you can handle any annoying thing that I throw at you because I'm a fucking pest. I am a brat. I am a nuisance to the people that I love most. And if I see that, I know they can handle it. I think it's an honor to be pestered by me. I bully my friends.
It's always psychic damage.
And physical.
Psychic and physical.
He hits me.
He hits me and then says it's my fault.
Hollander never seemed tired. He couldn't either. Hands on his knees, Rozanov sucked in a breath too cold, too thin. He caught his reflection in the plexiglass, cheeks flushed, stick trembling with exhaustion. He imagined Hollander across from him, smirking. He fucking hated him. The Zamboni rumbled away somewhere in the tunnel. He inhaled, steadying. Then he shot again. Line. Oh, the next chapter. By the time Rozanov finally peeled himself off the ice, the arena had gone still. He pushed through the heavier rink door, his own skates clicking against the rubber mat, the last of his guys dragging their feet. When he finally stepped in, they straightened. Instinctively. I wouldn't have. Baby, I would have bent. That's the alpha. Night Captain, one muttered as he shoved his helmet into his bag. Rozanov nodded. Good work today. The brown-haired boy gave a tired salute. What does that mean? I feel like... What is a tired salute? That? I don't know. Let me know what you think a tired salute is. In the comments. Comment on the fucking video. I know you see me. You can comment right now. Oh, but I don't want to. It helps me. Oh my god. I'm just gonna start bullying my viewers.
No, what do you mean start? You've been doing this for the past 3 videos. You've been so mean to them.
Well, if they would pull their own weight, maybe I would. That's right.
We're a community, you guys.
We are a community. This dream only works if everybody works.
Mm-hmm.
Lucie has a gun.
I'm the one making you say all this.
The brown-haired board gave a tired salute and left, pulling his beanie low as he disappeared out to the exit. He pulled off his own hat and gave them a moment to hurry on. A few minutes later, Rozanov stood in the middle of the vacant space for a moment, listening, just to be sure. No clatter of showers, and no voices still messing around. Finally, empty. He let out a slow breath. One he'd been holding since he dismissed them. I know some good stress relief. He dropped onto the wooden bench, with a grunt and began untying his skates, fingers clumsy from cold and fatigue. On the floor, his phone buzzed once. He reached for it with a kind of caution that made him annoyed at first. Maybe it was Hollander. He unlocked the screen. It was the team group chat, a meme, something stupid about goalie drills. He exhaled through his nose, flicking away the notification. He checked messages anyway. Still nothing. Hollander hadn't texted him tonight. How dare he? In a way, he hated the chirping. And the way Hollander leaned in during the handshake line, breath brushing his cheek as he said, "Try and keep up next time, Captain." Calling him out like that. A rival. It's heated. He was getting bolder. Rozanov told him he didn't care. Told him it was the rivalry that got under his skin, not the attention. But his thumb hovered over the last thread anyway. He threw his phone face down beside him, jaw tightening. He hated that Hollander could he hated that Hollander could ignore him so easily. He shouldn't be able to do that. Across from him, a row of empty lockers seemed to stare back, indifferent. They're homophobic. They didn't care how hard he pushed tonight. They didn't care if Hollander remembered his name tomorrow. He scrubbed a hand over his face and leaned forward, elbows to his knees, breathing in the quiet, like a really hot guy does as he thinks. I'm imagining that. Wow. In my vision, he's booty butt naked, rippling muscles, sweat, dripping. He promised himself he didn't need the validation. He told himself he beat Hollander on the ice. A dull ache started in Rozanov's chest. A familiar pang? P-A-N-G? That had nothing to do with the bruise forming on his ribs from a blocked shot. He's a warrior. He is literally a warrior. Yeah, he can handle anything I throw at him. Anything. They weren't anything official, just a string of hookups that had somehow become the only thing he looked forward to between games. Quick, desperate encounters in a hotel room. And Hollander's apartment, for God's sake. It was just sex, just a way to burn off the adrenaline, but something in him knew it was on the brink of something more than that. He thought about last time. The way Hollander's hands felt, rough and sure, gripping his hips. Whose hips? Hollander was gripping Shane's hips? Wait.
Rozanov's.
Shane was...
This is a flashback. This is him thinking about it.
But it says the way Hollander's hands felt, rough and sure, gripping his hips.
He thought about the last time.
So it was Hollander gripping Rozanov's hips.
The last time they were together.
How would that work? Rozanov is the top, Hollander's the bottom. So far.
I never have gay sex, so I don't have good insight.
Well, I have incredible insight with this topic. What do you think about this? Okay, so Ilya is laying down. He's on his back, right? Sitting, the 9 inches are up. Crazy, by the way. I don't know how a girlfriend could take that. I am not a big girl, all right? I cannot. I learned that lesson when I first started in the game. Oh my God, I bit off way more than I could chew, but I took it. Mama ain't raised a bitch. Hell no. I've been in a similar situation like this. I'll just say that. I'm thinking that he's like, Hollander has his hands down and he's using his hips like that. And then he's like squatting. Does that make sense? We'll watch more gay porn, don't worry.
Okay.
The low guttural sound he made when Rozanov pushed him against the wall.
Just start reading the rest in silence.
The next couple of minutes is going to be a private. Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to try my best to continue. Oh, God. The taste of his mouth, all mint and coffee and wines. You could taste the desperation on his lips, girl. That's good. The memory was harrowing. It shot through him, bypassing all thoughts and going directly to his groin. I'm not saying this. The other word was the sexuality I am not. You know what I'm talking about. It went directly to his, where'd it go? His groin. He shifted on the bench, the rigid cups and pads of his gear suddenly feeling constricting, uncomfortable. Oh my God, he's got to take it off. Oh, his cock began to swell. pressing insistently against the tight compression shorts he wore underneath his gear. He was getting hard just from the thought of it. Well, he's not alone in that. He's not alone. There's a reason I make sure this camera does not go below the waist. The guns are there to picked up right now. And I'm just sitting across. Break the fuck up. Eventually, like, it becomes like you have to see it. But the thought of Hollander, Rozanov was powerless against it. Fuck. That's not how it is. Okay, I'm gonna try and be an attractive masculine top. Look at me. I'm gonna try to be the opposite of what I am. Fuck. He breathed. The words swallowed by the room. With a frustrated grunt, he ripped his gloves off, too fast, too angry. Oh my god, yes! They across the floor. His chest rose and fell like he had just sprinted a full shift instead of sat here obsessing over the one person he was supposed to hate the most. Oh my god, no, he's getting hunted for sport right now. He fumbled with the thick nylon belt of his hockey pants, his knuckles scraping against the hard shell as he worked the buckle loose. The heavy pants slumped to the floor with a soft thud pulling around his ankles. He sat back down, the cool wood a shock against his sweat dampened skin. What do you think he smells like? Do you think it's a bad smell? Do you think it's a good smell? Do you think it's a musk? Let me get back to it. God, he hated this. Hated that Hollander lived behind his eyes like this. Finally, he hooked his thumbs into the waistband of his shorts. And pulled them down, along with the restrictive cup. His cock sprang free, thick and flush, curving up towards his stomach. He wrapped his hand around the base, the grip familiar and grounding. He gave a slow, deliberate stroke, his eyes closing as he imagined Hollander's hand in place of his own. A thought occurred to him then. He didn't lock the door to the locker room. Well, let me tell you, I would have found out if that door was unlocked. I'd hinge. I'd be gnawing at the bars of my enclosure. I'm ready. I'm yearning. Damn, I gotta get dick down. Let someone walk in. Let the whole team see. If he's that confident, oh my god. I'd start the orgy. I would. I would make sure that team understood brotherhood. I would. If I had the amount of audacity that I do now back in high school, ran the fuck through, they would call me China Shop because of how often bulls run through me. I would be done for. And if anybody had anything to say, I'd say so much shit about them. Be like, yeah, he did fuck me, and guess what? Dick, small, also smelly, bad stroke game. It was terrible. I would have run that school. I would have run it, at least with the athletics team. Oh yeah, let a bitch try. Let a bitch try. All that existed was the rigid, throbbing weight of his own cock in his hand. His thumb swiped over the slick head, smearing the base of pre-cum that had gathered there, and he shuddered. What's crazy is, I am vividly seeing this. This is not aphantasia. Most of the time I have a hard time imagining things. This right here, I've got it. I've got it pulled up. I'm seeing the exact shade. I'm seeing it glisten. I'm seeing everything in motion. His grip tightened. His strokes became longer, more purposeful. He wasn't just jerking off, he was chasing a memory, trying to recreate the exact friction, the specific rhythm that made Hollander's breath hitch. He could almost feel the scrape of Hollander's stubble against his jaw, the sharp bite of his teeth on Rozanov's shoulders. He pictured Hollander on his knees, looking up at him with those dark, unreadable eyes, his mouth parted and ready. His hips, oh Lord above. Oh shit. His hips began to rock on the bench, fucking into his own clenched fist. What? I've never tried that technique. The sound of his own harsh breath filling the room. He was so close already. Pleasure coiling tight at the base of his spine, pure need. He didn't care about anything else, not the game tomorrow, not the ache in his body, not the risk of being caught here, fucking himself to the thought of Shane Hollander. Well, the good thing is nobody can read your mind, so they don't know what you're masturbating to. They're just gonna walk in and see 9 inches in your fucking hand, and you're fucking the hell out of it. Fucking the hell out of your hand. Here it is. I just hope somebody would take a picture. Send it to somebody that would appreciate. Like me on this YouTube channel. Very passionate about those things. All he cared about was the desperate, aching need to come, to spill himself all over his own hand and imagine it was for Hollander. A low, guttural moan tore from his throat, raw and unchecked. He didn't care. His hips snapped up. His hips snapped up? Up? Fucking into his fist with a desperate, almost violent urgency. Okay, girl, come on. This wasn't about pleasure anymore. He was trying to fuck Hollander out of his system, to burn the memory of his touch so deep into his own flesh that it might finally satisfy the craving. He chased the sensation of Hollander's body, the tight heat. What? The tight heat? Oh, his butthole. He chased the sensation of Hollander's body, the tight heat that wasn't there, the weight that wasn't pressing him down. He closed his eyes, but the image was burned onto the back of his eyelids. Hollander's head thrown back, the column of his throat exposed. Like this. His mouth open. Stuck. Oh. Stuck on some curse with that horrid accent of his. The fantasy was a cruel, perfect thing, and for a moment he let himself live in it. Let himself believe it was real right now. His orgasm ripped through him with the force of a body check against the boards, a violent, convulsive release that left him shaking. A thick and hot rope. Ew! Don't describe it like that. A thick and hot rope of cum striped. His chest, landing on the dark fabric of his t-shirt. Another wave followed. Wave? That's crazy. Another wave followed as he held his cock tight, splattering onto the tense muscles of his lower stomach. His hips jerked erratically. Oh God, I love that. I love that. These are a few of my favorite things. His hand still working his cock through the throbbing until he was spilling over his fingers completely for the second time onto the polished wood of the bench. And I'd be there, licking it up. He collapsed back against the concrete wall, his body trembling. With a sigh that was half exhaustion, he moved an arm to throw over his eyes. But his hand didn't leave his cock. He kept his fingers wrapped around the now sensitive, softening flesh, stroking it lazily. He's still going. I can't do that. I'm too sensitive at that point. Can't do it. I applaud you, girl. The movements were slow, almost absent-minded. No longer chasing pleasure, but simply maintaining a connection. It was mindless, repetitive motion, a way to feel something, anything, other than the crushing emptiness that threatened to swallow him whole. Not only do we have emotion, we have erotica. So that is the first little book of this anthology. If you want more and more of me reacting to this thing, let me know in the comments. The only way I know what you want is if you comment it. I can't read your mind.
Have you tried saying please?
I have.
Nice.
I have.
Well, I'll be nice. Can you please leave a comment? Because Ricky's gonna hit me if you don't. He hits me for every view we have.
That doesn't have a like or comment. Good answer. I don't know what you guys like, but if you like it, if you comment on it, I can see that. And then I can put more of that in there. Like I did my hair today because somebody told me they really like the space buns. did a makeup video because someone said they are looking forward to it. It takes a team. Yeah, but I think that's going to do it for this video. Again, make sure to take care of yourself. You got to eat, hydrate, get plenty of rest. Working hard comes with the everyday life of a human, but we have to make sure to take care of ourselves. You are important. I need you here, and I'm glad that you are here. Until next week, stay safe. Love you so, so much. Mwah. Bye.
Alguien la ha pegado por comer meloncito, ahora está llorando. Pobre mi gatito. Alguien la ha pegado por comer meloncito, ahora está llorando.